Hi guys, I thought I would show you a very creative technique that I love to use with my photographs called clipping mask. I use it in my scrapbooking, but I also use it just to enhance a photograph. You can reshape a photograph, you can write using your photograph, you can make words. There is absolutely no limit to what you can do with this technique. There's lots of designers that sell beautiful clipping masks, but you don't have to buy them. You can make your own by painting above your picture, and I'll show you how to do that today. So we're going to start by creating I'm going to use a traditional 12 by 12 canvas like I was going to make a scrapping layout, but I'm not actually going to scrap. I just want a really large canvas to work with. And I'm using inches, and my resolution is 300 pixels per inch, and I'm going to click OK. My computer's running a little bit slow today. Okay, I need my move tool. Now I'm going to fit that onto the screen. Alrighty, now I'm going to choose a photograph to work with. Okay, I've dragged a photo onto my canvas, and I need to select enter so that will place. Now I'm going to make another layer above my photograph because we're going to paint on this layer number 1 right here. Hold on just a second. I'm going to choose a brush, and I want something that's got an interesting shape, because what we want to do is add visual interest to our photo. I got so many brushes loaded, it's hard for me to find. Okay, here we go. These are called blunt brushes. I cannot remember for the life of me where I got them, but they are very interesting. I'm going to stamp above my photo. Now that's kind of light, so I want it to be a little darker, so I'm going to stamp like 3 times, and I'm going to move around and do that again. 2, 3 times, and I'm just going to keep doing that until I get my photo covered where I'm going to eventually expose it. Now there's some spots in the middle of this that I'm going to paint over them because I don't want holes in my eventual photo. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, now we're going to do the clipping mask part of it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my photo above my black layer. Now here's where the fun stuff happens. You right click that top layer of your photo and you choose create clipping mask, and see what that does. That totally changes the expression of your photograph. It's no longer a square. You can do a lot of things with this. Like if I wanted to write on my photo, I could choose the mask layer, choose my type tool, and I think what I'll do is choose erase, or no, I'll just choose my type tool because there's another way to go about that. Okay, I'm going to bump the size of that up some because there we go. I typed shine, but you can't see it because it's underneath. I'm going to move that down where the darker part of the photo is, down here. And then I'm going to make a selection out of it. And the way you do that is you choose your layer, you hold down Control, and you click. And you see how it gets the marching ants all around that. And then I'm going to delete my text layer. And so this needs to be rasterized for me to work with it any further. I need to be on the black layer. I'm sorry if I'm not clear about that, but it is rasterized on that layer. Okay, I'm going to clear it, and it's going to erase where the word's at. So now I'm going to deselect it, and you can see now that's probably not the greatest font to use for that, but you could have, you can choose any font that you want to change up the way it looks. Okay, I found a paper that I'm going to put behind that so you can see what that looks like, because right now it's just transparent and it's hard to really see the full effect. So I'm going to drag and drop this paper over onto my canvas, and I'm going to press enter to make sure that that places, and then I'm going to pull that to the bottom layer. And my clipping mask released, so I'm going to reselect that, create clipping mask. So now you can see what it looks like. Now I don't really like, because I stamped, you can see all around the edges, and it's like right here it looks a little dingy and dirty, and so I'm just going to take I'm going to merge these layers, so that'll work. I'm going to select the top layer, I'm going to select the bottom layer, I'm going to right click that and select merge those two layers. So now I have two separate layers. And now I'm going to go over and grab my eraser tool, because I'm going to clean up the edges of that just a little bit. And I want to use a soft brush to do that. And it's really tiny right now, so let me big that baby up just a little bit. Now I'm going to clean up these edges. You can see where I'm just softly erasing those dingy edges right there, because that doesn't really look that great. I'm going to do the same thing kind of on the outside here. And do it down here, because that's the edge of this brush that I'm using. It's just a soft round brush, and it has a real pleasing way of softening up the edges when you're erasing something. Now I think I'm going to add a drop shadow behind that so you can see the words here. So let me grab my move tool, and I'm going to go to layer, layer style, and drop shadow. And I like the way that looks. See how flat that is when you don't have a shadow behind it? And then when you add a shadow, it looks pretty amazing. Get that out of the way so you can see. Now there you go. So make some clipping masks. Show me what they look like. I'd love to see what you come up with. And thanks for watching.